What's up, Internet? We are here with another evening on the island, a little bit earlier tonight, which is nice. Um, just got some news that I might have some extra work coming tomorrow, so I'm not sure how that will affect everything. Hopefully it won't, but, you know, just letting you know. Anyway, got a nice little evening ahead. I'm hoping we're going to run into some new bugs. That would be a big plus. That said, Animal Crossing is a little bit weird because I've taken a look at some of the bug lists, and it's like some disappear at like 4, some disappear at 5, some disappear at 6, so who knows. Hopefully we find something new. And if we could get one of those squids, that would be a big plus too. Snoozy cap. I don't think I need a snoozy cap, but still. Ugh. Able sisters, you're killing me. Alright, we'll take this off. Oh, I think I've got a new wetsuit as well. It's the one that has slightly bluer leaves. Because that makes all the difference, you see. The bluerness makes me more stealthy. The fish don't see it coming. That's why you need the blue one. That's Avery's outfit. The Uncharted 3 Nathan Drake attire, I believe. Silk pants with clouds on them. Those are kind of stylish. That is... I don't think I could pull that off, I'm sorry. Like, that, I don't think that's happening. What else we got? I don't think that's funny. I don't think that's funny at all. I was lied to, game. Those glasses aren't funny to begin with. Nothing today. But hopefully, in the future, you will stock some things I would actually like. There. Mabel. Hopefully. Anyway. Maybe the Nooklings have something. Since we're probably going to go swimming again, might as well throw this on. Yeah, I like that. Slightly bluer leaves are just ever so much more stylish, and they do have the camouflage effect applied. There's a tambourine. Ooh, I like that. I wish it came in a darker wood color, and it probably does, but we can't buy it in that right off. Still, I do like that, so we'll have to keep an eye out for one in the darker wood grain color. I do not like the fact we can't customize stuff like that. Like, it clearly comes in different colors. Why can we not customize that? Sell that, sell that, sell that. Sell that. 9,000 bells. Well, that paid it back. Anyway, that's a plus. Okay, we got some things we gotta go put in the mighty storage space for when people who want to buy bugs and fish show up. But I think right now our goal is to try and catch another one of those squids because it was bioluminescent. And that to me means we need it in our house because bioluminescent is cool. And I'd like to see if it has a proper like glow effect. I know the fireflies don't, and that kind of bothers me a little bit. Oh, right. I wanted to see if I could put some stuff in my house as well. We could probably store that, no problem. And that's... We'll store that because we can't really use it. Gonna store the seaweed because, again, I kind of have an idea for it, but I want to see if these sea grapes can be used for something. This way would probably be the best way to check. Because I feel like it should be usable. I don't think it is, though. At least not in the capacity I would assume. Yeah, so I can place item. But, if I may, show it off. That looks like that would be like a perfect hanging garland type of thing. And it's not. What does that look like when you place the item? That's underwhelming. Okay. So that's a disappointment, but what can you do? And we've learned that undersea life can be detectable based on its speed, as well as the bubble types from what I can tell. Although that said, we don't really have any sort of frame of reference, because I haven't exactly been logging everything I've caught and its speed and bubble types, so it might be a while yet before we figure it out. But that said, I know what we're looking for is about as fast as we are, because catching it was kind of tricky. What are you doing, Annabelle? Yeah, I'll take it. Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see what that looks like. But first, we gotta take off our wetsuit. Cool. Not sure it's gonna replace my thief outfit, but still, cool. And here's Tia. She's sweeping up. What are you up to? Let's chat. I could see a stroll around the island being pretty good. And look, there are airplanes. Silly airplane animals. But we're not here for airplane animals. We're here for Nook points. And then tomorrow, we have to go on the Great Villager hunt yet again. Hopefully getting someone slightly better than Ketchup this time. Hopefully, anyway. Let's see, is there anything to shop for here that would be good? Let's see what we have. No, I don't want that wetsuit. KK Calypso. I don't think we have that one, so we'll order that. Okay. Time to see if the mighty recycling bin is recycling anything interesting. A baggy shirt. I'll take it and I'll take a look at it later. But right now, we have the more pressing matter of trying to find some DIYs. Airplane animals. They're cute. Okay. So we got a bunch of seashells we don't necessarily need. We might pick them up later to help with some stuff, but... Oh, we also have to check and see if we got a new one of those Cosmos, because we kind of need them for that shower. I think we need like 3 of them. There's a summer shell, I'll take that. What else we got going on around here? Message in bottle, that's exactly what I need, thank you. What do we got? Thing from Graham. An ironwood clock. I do like the ironwood series. They look a little IKEA-y for my taste, but at least they're kind of a nice standard-looking thing. Yeah, that's not bad. No fish on the docks. Are we going to find Gulliver out on the beach, or maybe a shark? Who knows? But we gotta do some recon before we dive into the water anyway. And I wouldn't mind checking the beach on the other side of the island as well. But that said, we can get there the long way. That's fine. So, gotta go find ourselves some bubbles. And hopefully they swim away from us. Maybe not as stupidly past that weird mud bug thing, but... Okay, so that's moving, but it's barely moving, so I don't think this is going to be what we're looking for. And indeed it wasn't. It was a scallop. And Pascal was not to be found, and yet last time he did show up, which makes him slightly inconsistent. Now the scallop, that moved slowly, and it had sort of an average number of bubbles, so that wouldn't be a scallop if we were looking for another one. But I at least know that the movement speed of what we're looking for is relatively quick. But it should also be noted that it's a bioluminescent creature, so logic stands that it might only show up at night. Okay, that's got a fair number of bubbles, quite a few more than I think the scallop had, but it was also moving. This is not. And that's because it's seaweed. So, all we gotta do is dial in on the actual bubbles and movement speed, and we should be able to identify anything at a glance. At least, you know, in theory. So this could be a scallop. That's a pearl oyster. I wouldn't think oysters would move, like, at all, honestly. But I don't live anywhere near the sea, so I can't confirm that. That's moving a little bit. That's an abalone. Come to think of it, it's been forever since I've had like a bologna sandwich. I don't think I've had bologna since I was like 6. I used to get them like cut up with cookie cutters in like the shape of gingerbread men and like decorated with ketchup. Which, you know, that's a fun way to have bologna, I guess. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if any of this stuff that we find is seasonal or time restricted that we find in the ocean. Okay, so that's moving a little bit, but not a lot. It's a sea slug. Sea slugs are pretty cool. They come in a really crazy number of colors and patterns. I learned that from, what is it? Treasure Trove, scuba diving that I played on DOS. It was one of the Treasure Mountain games, except it was, swimming. Okay, now, I think I already had one of those, but that's right, we can check the Critterpedia, because that's the magic of this thing. Spotted garden eel, yep, that's been marked, that's been marked. I want another one of those so bad. That giant isopod, I don't ever relish the idea of having to hunt another one down, that was annoying. Again, we should be able to get, like, flippers. Move a little bit faster. Okay, so it's moving, so it's not seaweed, but it's moving pretty slow. Got an urchin. I kind of have to question the longevity of this, though. Like, even if it's seasonal based and, like, half the stuff is just available half the year or so, we've effectively seen everything that we can get for now. If that's the case. In which case, there's no real reason other than maybe trying to find more scallops for Pascal to get the mermaid stuff. There's no other reason for us to actually do this again for like another 6 months. I don't know, it feels like it's a good thing they added it, but it's fairly shallow, and while it's nice they're adding more stuff to this game, they need to add more stuff of substance. And like reintroduce stuff from the previous games that they've already cut out. It just makes me think this game was probably just really unfinished. Alright, what do we got? Sea Star. Well, that's okay, but it's not what we're looking for. I want to find one of those squids. Because I think I need to put that in my house, because, like, I'm not going to have something called a vampire bioluminescent squid in my house. Obviously, I need that. Okay, this thing's moving around a little bit. I don't think it's one of those squids, but it could be like an octopus. Or an abalone. These things are surprisingly agile. You know, for what appear to just be a mollusk of some kind. What else we got going on around here? Well, either way. Oh, we got more bubbles, plus we've made it to the other beach, so we should get off and take a look. Well, it's moving, so it's not seaweed, but it's another urchin. We still haven't actually found a pearl, at least in the water. We got one from Pascal, but that's it. Oh, hey, we got another blue one of these. Cool. Oh, we got a thing we can dig up. Let's do that. I'll have to go to Blithers for sure. Dig that up, and I got myself a fossil that I will eventually... Oh, no. And there goes my trusty shovel. Guess we're going to have to go get another one. To the Nooklingtorium, I guess. That's alright. Just a nice evening. Nice lighting. Just relaxing. That's the whole point. Oh, hey, there's one. We need one of these. Now we just need one more. Cool. Okay, now there's not going to be any more DIYs on the beach. That much we know for sure. There might be Gulliver, though. Another one of these. And an eel. From the looks of it. That'll sell for a few bells. Fishing. Don't ignore me, you sea serpent. Nope. That's the one. And it's one of these cute little eels that has a giant feather on its face. Do I have anything I need to take to Blithers immediately? Well, we got fossils. Alright, let's go to the museum then. I do quite like that entrance with those giant, crazy stags. I think that was a good use of those. So I think as of now, there's like one fossil I need right now. Okay, so we don't have anything we can donate to him, and he has all the fossils already, so that's good. But I would like you to assess this for me, my friend. So you can have that and this. Yes, but what are they? Are they the thing I need? Because I need one. Maybe two. Maybe two. But one especially we need. Stegotorso? No. Iguanodon tail. Not what we're looking for. Alas. But there's still going to be like 2 or 3 more fossils out there, so there's a chance we might find what we're looking for, all the same. Let's start moving these and redistributing them so they're a little bit more evenly balanced. Hey, we got another black one. Cool. I just want to get as many of these hybrid flowers as we possibly can. Okay, Nooklings, time to sell some sea life. But not an eel. That one I gotta hold on to. I wish to sell. And I wish to sell this and this. 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 That. I'll hold on to the Kanji tea. Don't need the baggy shirt. I'll get rid of that without looking at it. You need a lot of bells for this crap. You know, it seems like some of the stuff is just overpriced and some of it's ridiculously underpriced both ways. Oh, I need a shovel too. I should probably actually, you know, get one of those. That might be important for shovel-related activities like the ones we're actually trying to do. Sorry for bugging you. Didn't mean to, but I did come here for a reason. Wow, that is a really ugly wetsuit. Okay. Not a painted shovel, though. Missed opportunity. But we got a new one. And that means more fossils for us. Which actually does remind me, there are more fossils to go dig up, I guess. So let's go do that. And we'll get back to swimming at some point. It also occurs to me we should talk to villagers about more DIY stuff. Also, Nook Miles. These are important. For a second I thought I was getting 5,000 points. I was misreading the column of that little points sticker thing. Excuse me, Judy. Annabelle. Hey, it's one of those bugs. But I'm looking for bugs I don't have yet. So that one, unfortunately, as pretty though it might be, and believe me it is, it's not quite what we're looking for. Alright, got another fossil. Now we're going to bury that. Let's see if we get some money, rock, powers. None. Hey, gold. That'll be useful. You know, it occurs to me that there is an entire swack, technical term I assure you, of pure gold stuff you can craft. I wonder if any of that's customizable. Like, can you paint it different metallic colors? Or is it stuck being gold? Or can you actually just paint it? Like, just standard proper colors? I'm genuinely curious. I don't know if I have enough gold to actually make anything like that, though. I'll have to take a look. But I know I've got a toilet that's gold, as well as like a proper actual throne that looks pretty cool. As well as a little statuette of a bug that looks actually like something you'd find in some kind of like Indiana Jones style temple as like a thing of worship or something. Some of the items in this game are actually really cool. Ooh, was that a grasshopper? Or was that a long locust? I do believe that was a long locust. Yep, that's what it is. Although the blue poppies are kind of nice. So they're more purple than blue. Which, to be fair, is actually fairly accurate to actual nature. There aren't a lot of blue flowers. Off the top of my head, there are forget-me-nots, and that's about it. But there are a fair number of purple flowers. To be fair, hydrangeas can be blue, but that's not because of the hydrangea itself. It's because of the litmus in the actual petals of the thing reacting to the baseness of the soil. And it's specifically baseness for blue, and it's pink for acid, if I recall. Because right around this time every year I would have to talk to a lot of people about hydrangeas and point out how they're not actually perennial plants as much as people like to think they are for this area. So there's lots of areas that are kind of nearby that are perennials for hydrangeas, but not here. And that bugs people, because they get them and then they wonder why they die really quick. But that's just what annuals do. Unless they reseed, they just do not grow back. Alright, maybe this one's the money rock. Gonna dig this up, and I will move it over here. Still have a plan for this bento. I would like to get more bentos, but of course we're out of season for the sakura blossoms. And we didn't get too many to begin with, which was annoying. Because I've got an idea for if we could get a bunch of those bentos put together. But as it stands, I'm not sure it would even work with one. But I've got a couple ideas for this place. I kind of have an idea for one specific area I'd really like to do. It's actually, ironically, like right where Buzz's house is right now, so... I mean, I'd say now is like the perfect time to actually like take part in this plan of mine, but at the same time I'm trying to pay off my house, so moving someone else's house might not necessarily be in the cards. Although, if I did exactly the way I think I'd kind of like to, I could clear out that entire area and make it like this completely different area entirely. That would be pretty cool, actually. I'll think about it. But the problem is moving houses and making like big terraforming changes might interrupt my getting these flowers. And those flowers are going to be like a big part in my actual plan for that area, so... You know, I can't be too hasty to act on it. As much as I do have a couple really cool ideas. Unless someone out there just has like a metric crap ton of those flowers that are just going to be given away, in which case I'll take them. I want them. I already know how to make a tiki torch. You taught me, if I recall. I don't... Thanks. Don't want it, but thanks. You know, there are so many other DIYs I'd like to make, like, not even necessarily special ones, like the ones from Celeste, that I just don't have the recipes for, but it's like, you know, there are regular ones I'd like to build that I still don't have, that I don't think were supposed to be rare or anything, but I've just never seen them. And it's frustrating. Oop, there's another thing we can dig up. Well, here's hoping that Drago, as the town's only, for a very long time, lazy villager, can supply us with some new DIYs soon. I know he's got at least 2 shell things I'd like to make. Unfortunately, the other personality type that has shell stuff that I don't have is the big sister types. And unfortunately, we don't have one of those. But maybe tomorrow we will. So we can look forward to that. Who? Me. That's who. I would like you to assess some fossils for me, Blitz. These 2 specifically. What can you do for me with these? I know you already have them. I don't need you to tell me you already have them. You have all of them. I feel like that should automatically get rid of that line of dialogue, because it's redundant at this point. Right, Quetzalwing, don't need it. And another Iguanodon tail. Don't need that either. Poop! Right now I just need another, I think it's the Brachio skull, the really long neck one. If I can get one more of those, I think I could do something pretty cool, although it's tied with the others. And I might be able to slap a different dinosaur torso with those and try and do something really cool. Maybe, maybe. Kicking some ideas around. Ah, there's Marina in her awesome sweater. I like that sweater. Let's talk. Well, I hope you find a bargain. I wish to sell that and that, because I don't need more of those. That. I don't know how much an actual gold chunk costs. I should probably take a look. I'll sell that because I don't need that either. Let's see how much gold costs, because I'm genuinely curious. And do gold items forged from gold actually take into account the cost sunk into it? That's an important question. 10,000? Really? Honestly, given how hard to find these are, that seems low to me. I'm not saying like 100,000, but you know, 25, 50. 50 sounds about right, given how hard these are to find. But maybe I'm just unlucky. I don't know. Anyway, we gotta go make a bank deposit, because we got the bells. Now we just need the whistles. Hey, there's an item leaf. I wonder what that could ever possibly be. I should pick it up and return it. Oh wait, it's a bug that looks like it. You know, if there was actually a chance to run into random item leaves on the ground, it would actually be more of a, you know, actual interesting thing that it does that. But as it stands, the only reason it serves to sit as an item leaf on the ground, aside from being like an in-universe actual like proper item leaf, which is kind of a nice nod, is to confuse people who just litter the ground with stuff. If you don't do that, it's just it stands out and looks weird, because it's clearly not what it's trying to be. I have to replace these bushes at some point. They're bugging me. Hydrangeas. I don't want hydrangeas. But I would like to know if you have a hibiscus. Nope, just azaleas. And this is why I don't order things from Leaf. What's also annoying about Leaf being here is that, you know, someone else we might actually want to be here, like Red, or in my case Celeste, so that I can actually get that one DIY from her. The fact that he's here, that kind of makes it less likely she'll show up, because you can get more than one special person in town at a time, but, you know, I feel like that takes away from a villager slot. Whereas he could just, you know, work with the Nooklings, and then he wouldn't be a special visitor, and he wouldn't ruin my day by telling me, oh, hey, I've got these flowers you don't want, with bushes that you're still trying to get rid of. And no, I'm not going to give you DIYs for something you'd actually want, or something that has any sort of interest or importance to you. Why would I ever do that? Got another abalone. An abalone. Is that a new butterfly? I think it might be. Oh no, it's the yellow one. You know, at a distance it looked white to me. I was like, oh hey, we got a new weird looking butterfly. Cool. Summer shell. I do need that actually though. Let's grab that. So far on our quest to get new bugs as well as a vampire squid, we have not done either of those things. Alas. But hopefully we'll still find one. Now, is that a big fish, or is that just a regular sized fish? Because big fish off this dock can be rare, like super special fish. And I know because I missed at least one of them this year, and I'll have to wait several months to try and get another one. It's probably just going to be a sea bass, and I'm going to be sad. Oh! Nope, that's the mahi-mahi. That's one I needed. In fact, that was one of the big ones I thought I missed. Well, I'm less worried about missing out on stuff now, because I got that. That's good. That's something new. You know what? Not a new bug, but I'll take it. Okay. Let's go deposit this at the Blitherstorium. And hopefully learn something about it. You know, it's funny, because this fish is colored the exact same way I've seen a lot of wetsuits colored. I wonder if they took inspiration from this fish. I would like you to take the mahi-mahi. Tell me all the facts about the mahi-mahi, because I don't know anything about these. It does have kind of a cute face, I guess. Wow, 6 feet, that's impressive. It's slightly smaller than me, in that it's about half a foot shorter than me. The dolphin fish. Huh, neat. That would make me pretty happy. I'd like to live near warm ocean water. That'd be nice. Instead, I live in a place where it snows most of the year. Ugh. Alright. Alrighty, righty-roo. Let's go see this fish, because I want to see it in its... Hey, Drago's here. What you looking at? I did catch it. It's awesome. You're just sitting here watching the fish in the fish tanks. It's fun. I really like the way they designed this museum. You know, for all the grief I've given this game, because it really still feels kind of unfinished and like it needs a lot more stuff to do, and it's lacking a lot because that is all very true. You know, they did some stuff right about this game, and I think the museum is a step closer in the right direction than previous iterations have had. Because just watching stuff in the fish tanks, like, they really went all out for stuff like this, and I really appreciate that. Just give me a damn submarine, though. Also, I want to see that squid jet around like an actual squid would. And bioluminescence and stuff. I kind of have to wonder, though, like, deep sea fish come from a place that has far and away infinitely more pressure than we experience on a daily basis. That's why, you know, submarines exist. You know, it exists at a much deeper pressure than we as humans could ever possibly swim to and, you know, survive in any real way. How exactly do places like aquariums accommodate that? That's something I genuinely don't know and I'm curious about. I also live in a place that has no aquariums ever because, again, I live in the middle of freezing cold Canada, far and away, nowhere near the ocean, which kind of makes me sad. Maybe someday I'll go and live near the ocean. That'd be kind of neat. Although maybe I wouldn't live, like, right on the beachfront because, you know, sea storms could completely raise the sea level and just, you know, completely wreck everything. But, you know, close to the ocean would be kind of nice. Within walking distance. I think I'd appreciate being within walking distance of the beach. You know, the funny thing is, though, you know, even if I was, like, right near the beach, I don't know how often I would go, because, I mean, it's been forever since I've gone swimming, but I like swimming. The problem is, I'm a very indoor person. Like, I am a shut-in, and also I am someone who gets sunburnt very easily, so I'm not sure I could take too many trips to the beach, but who knows? Maybe if the opportunity availed itself, I would actually do that more often. Just, you know, that's what the environment's like. It's something to take advantage of. That'd be fun, I think. Not sure necessarily how often I would, and I'm not sure anything would really change about my day-to-day stuff or my hobbies or anything, but, you know, I think being on the beach would be really cool. I wish there was a way to, like, make yourself more resistant to, like, sunburning and stuff. I mean, like, naturally. Like, I know you can put on sunscreen, wear hats, and, you know, wear long-sleeve shirts so that your skin is more covered. But, I mean, like, I wish there was a way for your skin to sort of, like, naturally just adapt to not getting sunburnt as often. Because that's part of the reason why I stay inside a lot, other than just there's nothing outside for me, but, you know, it's just, I will die if I go outside. I'm not one of those people who's allergic to sunlight, but I'm very, very sensitive to it. But I don't know, you know, I've heard a lot of different ways to, like, combat stuff like allergies and sensitivities to stuff. Like, by exposing yourself to Like, another thing I am is lactose intolerant, so, like, if you have, like, a glass of milk or, like, half a glass of milk every day, you'll build up, like, a tolerance for it or something like that. I've heard that, but I've also tried it, and that doesn't seem to help. So, you know, I kind of have to question the validity of it. Like, the logic of, if you're immersing yourself in something that you're a little bit sensitive to more and more, you kind of adapt to it a little bit more. Like, there's like biological logic to that statement, but it doesn't seem to happen. Or if it does, it requires adaptation over the course of a very, very, very long period of time, because, I mean, in a very loose sense of terms, it is evolution in its own right. And evolution is not something that happens very, very quickly, for the most part. There are certain species that are, like, hypersensitive to stuff, and they'll either adapt or end up getting, like, evolved or mutated really, really quickly. Certain frogs and stuff are like that. And some fish are like that as well. But it's fascinating stuff to look into. I like biology. Biology. That's why I took it in high school. That and, as interesting as physics is, I couldn't physics to save my life. But biology I can wrap my head around, and it's fascinating to me. Okay, so we did at least get a pretty big, pretty rare fish. As I've been told, the mahi-mahi is actually a really rare fish, so getting that is good. But I still would like to get one of those squids. But at least we're getting a few more bells. Getting ever closer to paying off my house. And then the question is, and then what? And I don't know the answer to that. Well, this thing's moving a little bit. Get back here. That abalone was motoring. I like the detail and, like, the little swirl pattern on that shell. That's a very nicely detailed mollusk, I think is what an abalone is. I do believe. Well, it's moving, but it's not moving much. What do we got? It's one of these snakes. I think these are the things that, like, anchor themselves to the seabed and just sort of pop out of the dirt every now and then to eat stuff. That's not moving, so that tells me that's probably seaweed. Let's find out. Ah! Sea grapes. I still think you should be able to use those as a garland in your room. Like, yes, if we're going for realism, it would smell terrible, and it would, like, you know, rot after a few days, but still, the way they are portrayed in this game, they look like they're sort of like a draping garland type thing. Alright. What do we got this time? Well, it is moving, but not much, so probably an urchin. Or a whelk. How much inventory space do I have left? I've got a few spaces. I believe 8 at a glance. Maybe we can still find our mystery squid of mystery. You're not moving very much at all. What do we got? Another whelk. I wouldn't think a sea snail would be particularly fast moving like that, but that thing managed to cover some ground for a sea snail. Maybe the shell has like some sort of water jet function like a squid or something. That's basically not moving at all. And that's because it's a sea star. What else do we got around here? Oop, we got some bubbles over there. Not moving, though. I think it's safe to say that's seaweed, so I'll ignore it. What have we now? Hey, a crab! With the little flippy legs. I think those are cute legs. The cute little flippy legs. You're not moving very much. That's because you're an urchin. Alright, we still have 4 more spaces. I'm hoping we get another DIY from Pascal today. That would be kind of nice as well. Although that seems like it's less likely to happen as the moments pass. There's another urchin. I'm pretty sure otters eat urchins as well, so... You know, maybe not just scallops? What do you say, Pascal? I don't think he's interested in my offer. Which is a shame. It would bring more value to these urchins. To me, anyway. I gotta admit that giant isopod, that thing was stupid hard to catch. We went up and down like the entire length of the map to try and catch it. That was not the most fun I've ever had. Swimming in this game is not great. Also, that's not the direction I'm going. Thank you, controller, for freaking breaking again. Come on, 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 come on. There we go. Another flippy leg crab. Yay. I guess we should start heading back to shore. That's not moving at all. What have we here? Barnacles. Okay, so barnacles don't seem to give off many bubbles, and they don't move. Now, they're barnacles. That makes sense. In fact, I looked up barnacles the other day, and apparently, like, how they manage to, like, stick to rocks and stuff, they actually, like, secrete basically cement. Okay, so that's probably a barnacle as well, so we'll leave that alone. But yeah, they basically just make their own cement to stick to stuff. It's really interesting. That's not a lot of bubbles, and it's not moving. That's probably a barnacle as well. Okay, speed and bubble consistency seems to be the telltale signs. So that's got more bubbles than the barnacles. And it does appear to be moving, although slow, so it's not going to be one of the squids. But it is an octopus, which I find a little peculiar. I would think that would move around a lot more, because those do actually have, like, aqua jets on them to get away from predators. But I think they do like to just sort of walk along the seafloor sometimes as well. Octopuses are awesome. Oh, I'm actually out of inventory space. Okay, I guess we're going back to good old land. Okay, so we still need one more of those Cosmos. That's worth knowing as well. But we're close to getting one of those Cosmos showers, which would be fun. Gotta get around here. Go through here. Alright, Nooklings. I have some sea life for you. You have this and this and this. I'll sell that. I'll keep the summer shells, so sell that. And that should be all. 30,000 bells. This is not a bad way to make a few bells, I will say that. It's slow, and it's not great, but you make some decent bells from it. Still need to find that vampire squid, though. But I am quite happy we got that mahi-mahi. I wouldn't mind seeing what our gold stores are right now. Oh, hey, Vermilion. Not much. How's the evening treating you? I caught myself a rare fish. That's good. But I'm still trying to find another one of those squids and not having much luck. Gonna deposit this. I can go away. I can go away. I can go away. 7 a.m. Wow. You are on, like, the absolute opposite side of the planet from me. It's 6 p.m. right now. Okay, how much gold do I have? Because if I got extra for building a Gundam, I wouldn't mind trying to build one of those gold things just to test out a theory of mine. Although it's gold, it's pretty rare. We got 21. That might be enough to build a Gundam. Let's find out. I am unbelievably jealous that you're in Australia. Aside from the internet quality. I've heard stories about Australian internet, but otherwise, you know, I make no bones about it. It is sort of my dream to live in Australia, just because it's like the anti-Canada. It is just nice and warm, and it doesn't snow all year. That is sort of like one of my life goals, is just to live somewhere that's not snowing all year. Okay, I need Gundam. Where is that? I think that's near the bottom of the screen. Okay, so we need 10 gold nuggets. So we actually have more than enough. Although we need gold armor, which I think is a craftable thing that we don't have. We don't have near enough rusted parts. And I think to get a rocket that's a DIY from Celeste, thus proving once again that Celeste needs to give us a hell of a lot more DIYs, including that wallpaper we really need. But either way, we at least have enough gold for the Gundam. That's impressive. 46 degrees Celsius. I would love that. As a human being who, I'm weird. I have, like, a naturally, like, really cold body temperature. I've got, like, constricted blood and stuff. Had it since I was a kid. So, like, my body's, like, 10 degrees colder than a normal person's. So I would just love to live in a place that's warm. Because I'm just freezing all the time. I'm going to build this chair. I want to see if I can DIY custom it. But even if I don't, I'll have a solid gold chair. And that's something of value. I just want to live in a place where I don't have to worry about my frostbite. Okay. Nope, can't customize golden seat. Now, granted, it is a golden seat. I guess you don't need to customize it. But at the same time, if I could, you know, paint it silver, or like bronze, or like platinum or something. Also, my hair's clipping through it. Awesome. But to be fair, it's also a giant gold seat. Also, we might need to craft a few of these as like benches around town, I think. These are kind of stylish looking. A bit gaudy, but there's a certain style to that. I just want to live somewhere where I don't ever have to shovel the walks again. Shoveling sidewalks is the worst. I will say that right now. But I think Australia would be probably like the #1 place I'd ever want to live, because it's warm pretty much year-round, and it's pretty much entirely surrounded by the ocean, as an island is. Whereas I'm stuck in the middle of Canada, away from every body of water ever, which sucks. Did I see a big bug over there? I think I did. Just make sure. Nope. I thought I saw a big beetle on these trees, but I guess I didn't. No, not really, no. I live, like, literally in, like, the prairie next to the mountains. So I don't even get to live in the mountains. I have to live in, like, the blandest areas. It's really, really not great. There's, I think, 1 or 2 areas that I think geographically are more boring in this entire country, but not many. Like, the entire province of Saskatchewan is entirely flat. You could stand on one side of this giant chunk of land, and you could see clear to the other side of the province. That sucks. I think I would go crazy if I lived in Saskatchewan. Fortunately, I live next to the mountains in Alberta, which is kind of nice. But still, I live in the plains, which is just boring. And it's cold. And the weather here is just unpredictable and awful, but pretty much always cold. What I find baffling about some places, like, you know, in video games, and in a lot of places I find, you know, summer is depicted as, like, 4 months out of the year. I'm envious of that. Because me personally, summer is 2 months, and then the rest of the year is winter. And it sucks. And I hate it. I did the math on this once. It was several years ago, but it's like, you know, if you factor in, just on a month-by-month basis, how much time is actually winter, I have spent, like, over 20 years of my life just in winter. And that makes me very depressed. And I aspire to not ever have to live in any form of winter ever again, honestly. Well, to be fair, most of Australia is desert. But, yeah. You know, still, I think living, like, near the ocean, sort of in a deserty area, that wouldn't be too bad. I think desert is, like, marginally better than tundra. Because, like, you know, tundra is basically desert, except it's cold and you can't even get water because it's all frozen. That's what I have to live with. And there's, like, no plants or anything, just because it's so crappy. Yeah, I would say the southeast is probably more like Europe. That's sort of what I've heard, anyway. Well, that's the thing, like, a lot of people don't realize this, but Australia is actually not wildly, geographically speaking, and of course it's all relative, but it's not all that far away from Antarctica. Like, I've heard stories that, you know, penguins sometimes show up in Australia. So I could see it snowing there, sure, but, you know, for the most part, I'd still say it's a pretty warm country, and I'm very, very unbelievably jealous of that. Still, it's kind of peculiar to hear stories about that. Like, you know, you got this really nice, hot, awesome, basically, like, coastal giant island called Australia. Oh, and, oh yeah, penguins sometimes. I think I've heard that about the southern areas in Africa as well. Like, sometimes you'll just find penguins there for some reason, which I find peculiar. But I think it's cool. Also, you guys have wallabies and platypi, and that alone is enough to make me want to move there, because wallabies and platypuses are really cool. I don't know. Up here we have, what, like, maybe wild cows? We have squirrels. That's what we have. Our wildlife here is boring. We get Canada geese. And they can chase you and they're mean. Oh, we do actually get moose sometimes. And sometimes wolves, but they tend to stay out of the city for the most part. Actually, I saw the most adorable sign ever that is, like, the most, like, completely all-encompassing Canadian sign you could ever see during the whole, well, we're still in it, but during the worst parts of the COVID crisis. And that was a sign that was to give you perspective on how far away exactly, what was it, 3 meters is. And it said, now remember, if you don't know how far, you know, 3 meters, 8 feet is, just think of it as the size of 3 Canadian geese. Just stay 3 geese away from your neighbor and you'll be fine. And I was like, that is one of the most bizarre and oddly adorable signs I've ever seen. It's just weird. Also loons. I don't think loons show up in too many other places. We get them sometimes. Those are really weird birds. Because those are birds that don't seem to actually be able to understand how to walk. Like, they fly and then they kind of just swim and they sleep on the water. And if you ever see one ever, like, leave a lake or something, it is the most peculiar thing. Because they just sort of, like, flop onto their stomachs and try and, like, crawl around using their face. Loons are very odd birds. But birds are also very odd creatures in general. I mean, birds themselves are not physically capable of burping, as I understand it, and you know, if they get into a certain people have been taught, like, you can't feed them certain things, like, apparently feeding them, like, dried bread and stuff is a bad idea because it builds up gas in their system, and they can't get rid of it. So, eventually they just explode, from what I hear, which is bizarre to hear. Birds are weird. They're great, and I love them, but they're weird. Oh, speaking of, animals we get around here, we got peregrine falcons. Those are fun. I actually saw one of those earlier in the week. There we go. Finally got ourselves a pearl. One more and we can finally make that other thing. That's exciting. Oh, speaking of birds, I saw a great blue heron sitting on a lamppost, which was peculiar because those are giant birds. They should not be sitting on top of lampposts. But they do that. They just... For some reason, we've got a couple lampposts that sort of have like little bird ledges on them, and I guess they decided they wanted to live on one. There's another scallop. There we go. I don't know why Pascal didn't show up earlier. I guess he only sometimes shows up. You can have it, but I want a piece of mermaid furniture. Although if you got me another pearl, I could craft the wardrobe. That wouldn't hurt my feelings. Well, to be fair, Animal Crossing is a tube-shaped world, and that annoys me. But Pascal dropping deep knowledge on us. What a very odd otter. I almost called him a beaver. Now, I look at what he gave us in our inventory, but the weird thing is we don't really actually have any sort of access to our inventory in here, so seeing everything, because it's all grayed out, is actually almost impossible. We got another pearl, so we're going to go build that other thing. I think that's just a thing that's got to happen. No. The original Animal Crossing, as well as the original Debots no Mori on the N64, were shown as flat worlds. But then after that, for some reason, the entire world was shaped like a rolling pin, because I guess they wanted to make it feel like it wasn't so flat. And honestly, I really hate the rolling pin look. I find it really weird. And the way the world actually like curves under your movement, I actually find that to be like motion sickness inducing a little bit. Okay, what do I need to make this wardrobe? Because now we've got the materials for it. I can't craft anything right now. So sad. Okay. I like this statuette. That's not bad. That helmet's not bad either. It's a shame gold is so hard to find, and yet selling it is not worth it. Gold is almost as hard to find as those, like, completely special star bits that are just impossible to get. Okay, giant clam, sand, dollar, coral, got it. Now that's the button we need. Actually, we could probably find it. I've got so many star bits and none of the ones I need. Cowries. Okay, giant. Nope, that's cowries. Giant clam. That's cowries. Poop. Stupid cowries. Alright. Venus comb, Venus comb, Venus comb. Sand dollar. We need that. Thank you. Where is the... I don't have any coral, and I probably sold what little coral I had earlier, didn't I? Alright. We're going on a shell hunt, then. Just make sure I know how many we need. Okay, we need 2 corals. Alright, let's make this happen. That's a big fish. I'm gonna get immediately distracted because big fish means I need to catch it. Nope. There it is. Hey, it's a Dorado. When CJ comes to town, we can sell that for a lot of bells. I aim to. Okay, so we need at least, very least, bare minimum, 2 bits of coral. There's 1. Now I just need 1 more. Where is our last little bit of coral going to come from? I don't know, but I would like to know. And then next time, Pascal better give me a new DIY recipe, because collecting pearls is kind of boring. I think I needed that bug too. Oh, well. Ah. That's the annoying thing, like the shading on the trees actually makes it really hard to spot these bugs when you're moving. It's like, oh, I see, oh, it's gone. The way they detect you is, it feels like they detect you from too far away in some cases as well. But judging general depth in this game is a bit of a... more of a art than a science than anything. What are you, Mr. Tiny Fish? No. There we go. Want to be something cool? I got a rock. Oh, there goes my fishing rod. Okay, so I got to go find another coral bit. That's a drone beetle. I don't care. There's coral. I think I saw a balloon. Oh, I guess not. Hey, a summer shell. Take that. Take this. Going to take this. There's another summer shell. Okay. Okay. Alright, so time to go make ourselves a wardrobe with a nice pearlescent finish on it. Which I do appreciate. I think that's quite stylish. Oh, we should probably say goodbye to Buzz, because he's gone after this. Alright. You know, you have a good day, Vermilion. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate someone watching. Well, I'll help you, Buzz, but only if I get to help in the sense that I will take your stuff, remove it from this house, and then put it into mine. Then I will absolutely help you. I'm gonna miss Buzz, actually. I kind of like him, but at the same time, we do have 2 grumpy eagles, and honestly, I don't necessarily feel the need to keep either of them. If I had to pick villagers, I think I'd be happy with leaving right now. I wouldn't necessarily put the eagles up there because I do like them. They are my favorite type of animal in this game, I think. But I think the villagers I'd be more prone to getting rid of would probably be either the eagles, Antonio, or maybe Ketchup, because I'm not feeling all the need to keep her around either. But she was at least interesting to have. And I thought, hey, we've got 2 of what is essentially amounting to the same character. You know what? I will just, I will say goodbye to Buzz, I guess. I think out of the 2, I think I like Avery a little bit better, though. Alright, let's go craft ourselves this new craftable as the airplane animals of justice continue to zoom around the main lobby. Alright, let's craft the mermaid closet mabob. Now, I'm guessing it's going to be similar like the other mermaid bit, and we can't actually, you know, DIY custom color it, but let's take a look and see what this looks like in the sunlight, since we're here. And see how the sunlight plays with the pearlescent. Oh, I do quite like that. See, I'm torn though. Part of me absolutely just wants to give these to Marina, because I want to give her like an underwater castle type themed house. Part of me just wants to keep them for myself, because I do quite like that pearlescent finish. And I do like colorful stuff. And, alas, I think for now we're going to hold on to them. Maybe later we'll give them to Marina. But I'm also still trying to figure out what wallpaper and flooring I should give her. Okay, to be fair, I think this wallpaper would actually be great for Marina's house. I'm tempted to see what the mermaid wallpaper is, though, because that might work better. The flooring is the tricky one. Should I change? Yes. But I can't, because I'm wearing a wetsuit. Let's just take a look and see all the clothes I've collected thus far. Because the fact is, if I get an outfit, chances are I just store it. Like, I even if it's something I don't want, I just put it into storage. So is there anything I'd like to change into immediately? Some kind of kanji tee? Oh, hey, we got all these ugly pineapple shirts, including my starter shirt, which I hate with a passion. Some samurai armor, like you need. Gyakren. I do like that Viking top. I feel like I need that for something. And those pants are actually quite stylish. But what should I change into? I probably won't change into anything, but I just want to see everything I've got. I do have to give away these dresses at some point. But I think for now, I'm quite content with what I have. At least out of the options of what I do own so far. I think this is kind of like my ultimate outfit for now. I might change the shoes up again, but go back to the good old power boots. The boots of power. But, you know, otherwise, I think that's pretty much about as cool as I can look right now. There is one accessory I know the Able Sisters stock. I haven't seen it yet. I would like to buy it, though. But that'll be it for tonight, I think. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, follow the stream to know we go live, because we do this every single night, plus other stuff when I have the time. Also, check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see everything else I do, which is a lot of stuff. I'm going to try and get my Greedfall review up tonight, but it might be up tomorrow or a day from now. It's a little bit bigger than I originally had anticipated, as I got eaten by a mosquito. But I did just put up another Sega multi-cart thing, so look for that, because that's going to be pretty good. And if you really want to make my day, check out the show's PayPal or Patreon. Support the show any way you can so that I can continue to do what I do to the best of my ability, which in this case is finally catch the mahi-mahi. Excuse me. That is a pretty rare fish, and I'm pretty happy about that. That said, no vampire squid, and we're still trying to get some new stuff from Pascal, but on the bright side, we did get something new, so that's good. And tomorrow we're going villager hunting. Which means we can also see if we can go swimming on the beaches of the randomized islands. It'll be interesting to see if that's the case. And figure out, if that's the case, how they're going to put up, like, drag nets to prevent you from swimming out of bounds when there's clearly an uninhabited island that can't have that happen. I don't know. It's going to be weird. Anyway, I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, Internet.